Cowboys Nation, good morning. Your boy Mike Tag here. If you're new to the channel, just get the pleasantries out of the way. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and share. Doesn't cost you anything, but it does help out the channel. So, hope everyone had a good evening. If you're a Cowboys fan, I think it was a nice evening. You get the Eagles get a beat down. Unfortunately, it was at the hands of San Francisco. We don't like them much either, but you just sit back and watch, and it helps us in the NFC East. So definitely was glad to see that happen. It's going to make this Sunday night's game even more important, and really just a battle for first place. We'll be tied. We'll be ahead a little bit by winning percentage in the division, but that'll work itself out. And then it's just a race to the finish to see where we're going to be. So we've got a tougher road than Philadelphia, but the game that I'll keep an eye on after we handle that business Sunday night is going to be that Seattle game for them on the road. That's going to be not going to be an easy place to play. And if you watched Philadelphia yesterday, they definitely got some issues in the secondary. They always have been exposed, especially at the tight end position and the receivers. They got some work to do. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But looking back at that game, I mean, the only concerning thing I got to think of is, man, San Francisco put it on us, and they put it on Philadelphia. I mean, we're the top three teams in the NFC, and if you look at the scores, you're saying, well, it's not even going to be close. So that's something that we've got to overcome, because we're going to be in the playoffs, and more than likely we're going to be running into San Francisco at some point if we want to get to where we want to go. So, I mean, looking back at that game, started out, Philly was feeling pretty good. San Francisco kind of got a slow start, and then they just started rolling. I mean, Purdy with 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, the running game was going, and the Eagles really didn't have much going after that, first couple drives. They had some nice plays, but I mean, Hurts under 300 yards, 45 attempts. He was a leading rusher with 20 yards. So they just had nothing on offense. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, they put up some numbers. A.J. Brown looked pretty good. But yeah, it's just some struggles for them. So it just leads you to the matchup on Sunday night. And we're going to get into it a lot this week. We're going to have a lot of content. We're going to have a lot of hopefully some interviews with maybe some Philly, some Cowboys people to kind of get the feel of the rivalry, get some of their insights on where it's going to be. They did beat us up in Philly. Some say that, the refs took it from us, or this took it from us. I'm not going to blame anything. They won that game. Fine. They're coming back to AT&T. I'm just telling you, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to handle that business. Of course, I'll be there. So I've never seen Dallas lose to Philadelphia. I've never walked out disappointed, and I ain't expecting to start this Sunday night. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be playoff type atmosphere. Dallas, their home winning streak is pretty impressive. They hadn't lost since last opening day against Tampa Bay. So there's definitely a home field advantage. Maybe not so much the crowd noise and stuff, but maybe just a comfort level of being at AT&T. But the crowd gets loud, and it's going to be loud Sunday night. You better believe it. Tickets are starting to go really, really crazy. And somebody will say, "Hey, Mike, man, sell your tickets, make a profit." Man, I'm going, man. You never want to miss a Sunday night football game at AT&T. So, I mean, really, we're going to be dropping videos all week. But, first thing just talk about is the advantages that Dallas has offensively over Philly's defense. And I think, obviously, it starts with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's arguably the best quarterback playing right now statistically, and just really performance wise and leadership and everything that goes in it. Ever since that loss to San Francisco, it just kind of triggered something, and he's just playing on another level. So I think it starts with him, of course, CD, and I think the wild card, not necessarily the wild card, but the guy that's kind of elevated himself up, and he's going to be more of an impact than he was even in the first meeting, is Jake Ferguson. He's given this team some attitude. He's given them some toughness. And you watched the game last week, and he was, getting in Adams' face. He's bringing something to the offense, I think, that might have been missing. And that, like I said, that's been some of that toughness. CD is going to have a field day against Philly, just like he did before. I think you're going to see Cooks is going to be even more involved than he was in the first meeting. So that's the offense is kind of clicking even better since the first meeting. So we've gotten better. And I don't know if Philly has. I don't know if they've kind of stepped back. They haven't played great this year defensively. They got exposed pretty bad against the 49ers. We exposed them. I mean, they gave up a lot of points to Washington. Buffalo had them. I mean, there's so many games where their defense just, they gave up a lot of points. So I'm expecting this offense to put up 35 plus points on this defense. And then we'll get into the defense, our defense versus their offense in another show. But, one of the other areas to look at is our running game. We haven't had the best running game. It hasn't kind of, it's been okay, but it just hasn't, we haven't had that dominant running game performance. And I know we're a pass first team. We're going to live and die with a pass. We're going to go as far as Dak Prescott can take us, but you got to be able to run the ball. You saw what San Francisco did in the fourth quarter near the end of the game. They imposed their will and they broke the backs of Philly that, left some of them crying on the sidelines. So, that's what I want to see us be able to do is when we get that lead, can we grind it out? And, between Rico and Pollard, I think we got the backs. I just don't know the scheme. And I've talked about this a bunch. It just seems like Pollard is running more in between the tackles up the middle when I think he should be going outside to use his speed. And Rico is more of an in between the tackles, tough runner. And we've got him going outside. So it's just been a little bit of a mix, but hey, I'm just a fan, so I gotta believe McCarthy and these coaches know a little bit more than me. So hopefully we'll see the results and see this running game going. But that would be the one thing. If there's one concern that I still have on this offense, it's going to be the running game. But looking at the pass rush for Philly, I think our offensive line, we're healthy. We've been intact for a long time. They're gelling. So I think our offensive line will be able to control that and control their defensive line. And then their back seven, I mean, they just, the back half of their defense is just not very good. And that, you got Shaq Leonard, and you got this, I don't know what's the sweepstakes. I don't know why they're making that big of a deal. I've said it before. He's a all pro player, first 3 years of the league, had back surgery. Started out okay, but the last few games with the Colts wasn't the greatest, and they cut him. I mean, they're in the playoff hunt. The Colts are right there too. Why would you release a player his caliber unless either there was something up with the locker room or his performance decline didn't match the salary? I think it's more of that. He seems like a really good locker room guy, good leader. So I think what he can bring to the Cowboys is just a veteran presence, but I don't think he's going to sway the balance of power if he signs with Dallas or Philly. I think he would be a good fit for us. But if you're looking at Philly, they could use him too. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But looking at this game, I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, how do you think our offense compares to their defense? Is there any weak spots or any concerns that you have? Because honestly, I think we're just going to dominate them. So we're going to get into that a little bit more. Like I said, we'll be dropping some videos. Just want to drop you some quick ones in the morning, just on different topics. But it's going to be a good week. It's going to be fun. Your boy's going to be out at AT&T, so hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys out there, and we'll be celebrating a beautiful victory on Sunday night. But we'll be live tonight. Jimmy Dee and I will be live. We'll be going through all the NFL games, focusing some stuff on the Cowboys, matchup. We'll review a lot of that, get you guys going. And then we've got shows. Kelly and I have got a bunch of shows planned throughout the week to really get you guys ready, get you hyped, get you guys, I know you already got to be hyped, man. Twitter was blowing up. Everybody was loving life. It was good. Everyone loves to stomp on other people's misery, but Philly dishes it a lot out. They talked a lot of smack when we lost to San Francisco on the road, mind you, and they got beat at home just as bad, probably worse. So it didn't. I know it didn't feel too good for them, but like they said, I just got to move on. We tried to do that. You didn't let us, so I don't think we're going to let you off the hook that easy. But Sunday night, we're going to have something for you. So again, if you're new, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share. Appreciate all the support. We are getting this thing rolling and can't wait to talk to you guys more tonight. We'll be live, so come in. We'll be doing interactive stuff, taking calls this week. You can jump in the stream. I know a lot of people always ask about that, man. Don't be shy. Jump in and be part of the show. That's the whole reason created this channel, is we're all Cowboy fans. Let's just shoot it up like we're in a bar and mix it up and have a good time. So I'll be talking to you guys tonight. You guys have a great morning, great afternoon, depending on when you're seeing it. Take care. See ya.